Good morning, everyone. Welcome to a yoga class. We have 45 minutes. My name is Claire. Make sure you look after yourself. Feel free to do any adaptations that you need to. If it's a bit hard, just pull back. If it's a bit easy, add to it. We're going to start today on our back, and we're going to be working our way through some nice basic stretches, a little bit of breath work, and hopefully you'll feel fantastic in about 45 minutes. So let's get started. Spin over onto your back. Take yourself down with control. And when you get there, just let your knees open wide. See if you can be comfortable in that position and let your head rest. Bring your hands onto your belly area. It's always nice to start with a focus on breath. So close your eyes. Try and be comfortable. Try and settle. As you inhale, breathe in slowly. Make it a little deeper, a little longer than normal. And if you do it like that, you should feel your belly rise as you inhale. So as you inhale, you let your shoulders soften, your neck soften, and feel the air being pulled in so the belly rises. And then as you exhale, no effort required, just let the belly fall back into your body. Do that a few times so you're focusing on sensation of breath. You're focusing on sensation of body. Every time you inhale, see if you can take your awareness deep inside your body. And as you exhale, let your body have a sense of release or relaxation. And so we're going to be working, we're going to be moving, challenging strength and mobility, but all the time have that essence of pleasure, of making it feel easeful and comfortable. Bring your knees together, hug them into your chest and give yourself a little hug. So as you pull your knees into your chest, you don't want to feel any compression in the groin. Maybe a nice back stretch is okay, but move around a little bit. So at the beginning of your yoga class, it's a time to explore your body. Nothing strong, but just getting a sense of where you are in space. Take one leg out, stretched on the floor, get one knee in close. The knee that's close, make a few sort of semicircles or move all the way around and feel how that joint is. And then take that knee right across the body. You're coming into a twist. Let the hips spin, let your back move. Tip yourself over until that knee is either on or close to the ground. With your arm, lift it in the air. And as you watch me, I'm just dropping it behind as I exhale. Inhale, lift the arm up. Exhale, drop it into a big twist. It's like you're making a cross with the bent knee and the straight arm. 3, 4, 5 times, getting some mobility in that shoulder. Maybe 1 or 2 more. And at some stage, just hold it either in a big capital T stretch or now even create extra movement with the arm by wrapping the hand up towards your head end and with a big semicircle like a snow angel, draw your hand down towards your tail. You're mobilizing into the shoulder. Keep the breath flowing and smooth. And release back onto your back. Bring that same knee into your chest. Give it a hug. Take your hands behind the back of the thigh and bend and straighten that leg a few times. It may not straighten fully. That's okay. You're just playing with movement now. At some stage, just hold for a breath. Take a breath in and release that knee down to the ground. Bring the other knee to your chest. So one leg straight, one leg bent. Then repeat. We have a beautiful round action, creating a sense of fluidity. It's like you're lubricating that joint. And know that every time you move a joint, you stimulate all that really beautiful fluid that creates a lubricant in your hip to be stimulated. So sitting still makes the joint get tight and stiff. Moving makes the joint a little bit more mobile. Take that knee now across your body. Keep going. You might have to shuffle right over into the side of your body so that your back of the body is perpendicular or right angles to the floor, and then gently either let the knee press to the ground or almost Take your arm in the air nice and high. Exhale, drop the hand behind you, and then repeat that. So you can use your head and let it follow behind you if you want. You're trying to make it feel good. How's the shoulder? Remember, the idea is to explore body movement, explore the joints, try and create freedom. At some stage, you'll hold it, either just in a great big cross, or maybe if you did on the other side, you can wrap your arm around. You see, I have a block and a little towel with me today. It's always good to have props around, so grab a pillow or something if at any stage you need to lean on your knees and you don't want to do that. So tip is to have soft knees, but if your wrists bother you, don't pad under your hands. It causes a little too much compression. Take a deep breath in and then bring that knee back into the center. How does it feel? Hug both knees back into your chest again and see if you create a bit more movement. Either roll onto your side or possibly just rock yourself to seated. Don't do anything that stresses your back. Spin straight over onto all fours. Hopefully you feel a little warmer. So we're going to work into a baby little flow, and we'll do a couple of cat curls before we do that. Tailbone goes up, ribs go down, but belly goes up. So back down, belly in as you inhale, and tuck the tail. Little smooth action. Each bone works independently of the one above and below it. As you exhale, so you lift. Inhale, try and work either from the tail end or from the head end. Create a nice and gentle arch, and exhale. So we're not forcing anything in here. It's always just about freedom of movement, control of movement. Spread your hands wide for dog pose, like big starfish fingers. Grip with your little finger pads. Soften your elbows, but be strong through the triceps at the back of the arms. And where my hand is on my shoulder blade, that's where I want you to push from. Try not to push off your neck. Push off the back of your shoulders. Tuck your toes. We're going to dog. So dog pose, big upside down V. From here, be still if you want, or be really exploratory. You can pedal through your heel, dropping and lowering one heel at a time, or you can sit and just feel the whole body as you breathe. So once again, observe the movement of the body on the breath. It's a slow breath. And as some of these movements get more challenging, you'll find that your breath also changes. So once you feel a good awareness of your body, really start connecting and noticing how your breath is influenced by the shape. Come forward as you inhale, walking your feet up to the front of your mat in a forward bend. So it's morning, yeah? So be nice to your back. Bend the knees a long way. You can lean on your thighs, or you can dangle. Let your head hang if you wish to. You can make some gentle movements. You can sway from side to side. I often like to think of an elephant and it's just swaying. So you want to be heavy to your feet like an elephant, but that sense of really relaxing through the upper body. Come to stillness. Drop your hands if you wish to. Take a breath in. Exhale fully. Do that again and feel the challenge of breathing in, upside down. Exhale fully. You're going to walk your feet together, and if you're dizzy, you bend your knees, keeping the heels on the ground. Lift just your head, even if your hands are on your thighs. So if you lift your head before you stand, you'll be less dizzy. Think about muscles at the back of the body. Lift you all the way to standing, and take a big breath. Reach your arms up. So this is mountain pose or Tadasana. So let your hands come down beside your body and the palms face forward. Feel a sense of zipping up through the front body, but at the same time feeling quite relaxed. So we're getting muscle engagement without creating an awful amount of tension. Shoulders are back and down just enough that the chest is open, and lift the chin ever so slightly and draw the back of the head back. If you spend all day looking at a laptop or a screen, the head goes slightly forward and drops. Take a breath and lift your arms, big sweep up to the sky. Hold your hands. As you inhale again, lift higher. As you exhale, tip over to one side. Doesn't matter which way you go, stay for a breath or two, exploring the length down the stretching side, being anchored at the same time through that stretching side foot. Pull from the core as you inhale and gently tip to your other side. And you're observing the difference that you have from side to side. So think strong through the legs. Remember, we're still like an elephant. Be heavy in your legs, but smooth and free through the upper body. Pull from the stretching core as you inhale. Take the hands all the way behind the back. Doesn't that feel good? So shoulder blades together. Dive the fists down and now lift the collarbones gently up. And can you really focus between the armpit, the chin, and the collarbones? That's where you're trying to open. So as you do that, the very bottom rib bone near your belly pulls in. So we're not just arching into our lower back at this stage. Take a breath, a breath, a breath, a breath. How much can you inhale? And then exhale fully. So think about your breath as being like a bottle of water. Yeah, about 500 mils. How do you feel now as you come back to standing? A little bit more relaxation through the arms, but muscles are ready to hold. Let's do a little tiny flow. Take an inhale, lift your arms all the way up. Bend your knees, hold to the floor comfortably as you exhale. Touch down as you inhale, so you may need to squat. Right leg will step back as far as you can. We've got 3 breaths. So each time we inhale, bend your front knee, drag yourself forward. As you exhale, lift the hips, soften through the front knee. It might go straight-ish or not. Inhale, come forward. Strong back leg, squeeze the muscle. Exhale, lift the hips. Maybe the ball of the front foot lifts with you. One more time. So breathe in, squeeze that back leg. Exhale, rock back, and just hold for a breath or two. If you need to adjust your feet, feel free to adjust your feet. You can sway the hip a little bit. On your inhale, bend the knee, step to a dog pose. So you need to lift and use your core to get that foot back. Check your hands are flat and wide again. Fingertips are grabbing. Elbows are soft. Shoulder blades broaden across your back. So really try and feel that you're pushing from the sides of your body. Take your awareness up through the little finger side, up through the tricep of the upper arm. Feel the energy wrapping around the side of the shoulders and down the side of the waist. And then lift the tail and pull back. So you're pushing through your hands, pulling back through your tail to create some space in your back. On your inhale now, come forward, knees or toes to the ground. You can come all the way down for cobra or up dog if you're ready. Cobra, you lie down, uncurl your toes, drag your hands back as you inhale, pull the elbows together. As you exhale, lift your belly, pose of the child. So either tuck your toes or not. Take a deep breath in pose of the child. Explore where the air is going. Exhale fully. Come back to all fours as you inhale. Push back to dog pose as you exhale. Take your left leg in there as you breathe in, high and stretching. Bend the left knee and just tip the hip ever so slightly. This is a 3-legged bent knee dog, and it's a little bit of a stretch for your floor calf. It's a good, strong strength movement for your arms and core. Take one more breath, lift the hip a little higher and straighten the leg. Exhale, step the foot through the hand. If it can't get there, pick it up, put it there and drop your back knee. Shoot your arms in the air nice and tall as you breathe in. Maybe a baby back bend. Circle the hands to the floor as you exhale and lift the back knee as you breathe in. Back foot steps to the front, hip width apart. Forward bend, Uttanasana. Maybe support, maybe dangle. Let your head be heavy. This might be a good time to open your mouth, create some stretch around your jaw, nice and wide. Open the mouth, relax the jaw. And gently release your arms. Walk your feet back together.
A halfway lift is a squat with an eye gaze and head running forward on your inhale. Forward bend, naturally you'll breathe out. Come through the squat, lift your head and your arms, come up with a nice long back. Maybe go back a bit as you breathe in, and then exhale, stand tall. Once again, lift the arms as you inhale, tip to any side you want as you exhale. Does it feel a little different? Pull through the core as you inhale, tip the other side. So kind of imagine you've got a waist belt on, so it pulls in as you stand. Do that again. So you're learning to move from the most vulnerable part, and that is the bit that's creating the biggest stretch. So when you go side to side, it's your lower back that's vulnerable, particularly on the side. Pull yourself through the middle. Open your hands, maybe go back a little. Take the hands down behind your back and clasp them again like we did before. Shoulder blades squeeze, belly on, bottom rib cage in. Take a breath or two. You've got the chin up, pull back a little bit. Open that space right around the collarbones. And then exhale, relax your arms. How good does Tadasana feel? So taking an awareness of your body consistently allows you to notice the changes. Reach your arms back up again as you breathe in. Once again, fold to the floor, bending the knees, make it comfortable. Halfway lift as you inhale, that's the squat. Take your left leg all the way back. So shimmy, 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 shimmy. You're going to lunge deeply. You've got 3 beautiful breaths here. So lunge on the inhale, lift your hips and rock back. And repeat. So feel free to do an extra one. Feel free to go slower. Sometimes it's so good to follow someone's breath because it really helps you stay focused. But other times, following someone's breath is a little challenging. But you're going to end up back in dog pose. So you're going to lift up that foot, step back. This time, just hold your dog pose. Soften your knees and feel right hand, right foot, left foot. Are you balanced? Then have a look at your feet and see if your heels are spinning in. That's really common if your calves are tight. So take the heel back out. And if you were to put a dot point right in the center front of your ankle crease, that would be in line with your second toe or thereabouts. So sometimes if you've got wide feet, the big toes are slightly in just to get that foot facing forward. Breath in as you come forward, carry yourself to the ground for the cobra, or halfway down if you'd like to do up dog, but only hands and feet are on the ground. You come to the top of your feet and you pull. So everyone mistakes this for a push, but it's a pull. You're pulling the arm bones back, pulling the shoulder blades together. You're pulling the belly in. As you exhale, use your core, hinge at your hip creases and press back into your dog pose. Take your right leg in there as you breathe in. Bend the right knee and open the hips. Stay for a breath or two. So you want to be strong through that left leg. You want to be strong through both arms. And the stronger you are in the grounded part of your body, the more freedom you'll have in the airborne part. You get a lot more control. Take a breath in. You'll straighten that leg and step it all the way through. Pick it up if you need to and put it there. Drop the back knee. Shoot your arms up in the air. Take a big breath. Circle them to the ground. As you exhale, you'll pick up the back knee, front of the mat as you exhale. Feet together this time, halfway lift straight away and fold. Hopefully you're getting a little warmer. Bend the knees a long way. Lift your head. This time pause and take your hands onto your thighs. Now lift your chest away from your thighs without opening the knees. And that's a challenge, yeah? So hug yourself down onto your thighs again and do that again. Keep the tail low. Pull your ribs up and pull the core in and just see what that does, your chair. So you're trying to get ankle movement. The knees can come right in front of the toes, as long as the heels are on the ground. Then lift and squeeze the shoulder blades, belly in, arms anywhere you want. So sometimes you don't like to lift them. Horizontal is a good plan, or maybe a little bit higher. As you inhale, take your arms up, go back. Find your chair of choice, wherever you were before. Exhale, exhale, exhale. 2 more like that. So in your breath now, feel that Full body movement. It should feel good. And as you exhale, let your knees bend. You've got one more big breath in. Maybe stand tall, maybe go back with control. Circle your hands like a swan dive down to the ground. Halfway lift, breath in. Right leg will step all the way back. Take one nice deep lunge rock. That's inhale forward, rock back into your hamstring as you exhale. This time, come forward and be super strong in that back leg. You can put it on the ground if you want to, but shoot yourself up into what's called a crescent lunge. We're going to take the hands behind the back if you want, like we did in standing. Same cue. Shoulders are down, ribs are in, squeeze the shoulder blades, bend the front knee. So you're making a big, beautiful lunge for the back leg. The hip is around, muscle is on. This is a strength movement. Deepen as you exhale. Lift your arms up, lift your front knee a little bit as you inhale and open to the side. Bending your front knee and just watch the direction it goes. Back foot faces the side of your mat. Front foot faces the front. And you've got this beautiful vertical spine. So feel the energy spiraling up. Muscles wrap all the way around, yeah? And you create length. Open the arms, and then as you exhale, start to bend. Good, drop your back arm. You're going to sweep back as you inhale. As you exhale, just come to your warrior. Take a breath in, stay in warrior. Bend your front knee a little bit more. Drop your back arm. Inhale, lift up. Feel that beautiful side stretch. As you exhale, come to warrior. Hold the breath in. Bend the front knee a little bit more. You've got one more. Drop the back arm. Inhale. This time, bring your front elbow to your front thigh or hand to your ankle. Lift that top arm and feel a beautiful side body stretch. So anchored through the back foot. Like push out through the back foot. It will help you. Bend your front knee. That will help you. If you wish to lower yourself down, you'll watch my spine stays long. Long spine, and the hand can reach a little lower. Spin and look up, look up, look up. Hands to the floor, lifting the back heel as you exhale. Take one more lunge. Lift the left leg back into your dog pose. Take a breath in your dog pose. Press through the heels, lift the tailbone. Inhale, high push up or the floor. You can mix them up, so you can do up dogs and cobras. Sometimes it's nice to hang around for a little breath, as long as it's the upper body that's working, not your lower back. Press up, go back into your dog pose. Take your left leg in there as you inhale. Bend the left knee, open the hip as you exhale. Straighten the left leg as you inhale, step it all the way through again. Drop the back knee again. Reach your arms up. This time it should feel good. Take your hands just behind your head. So start to pull the elbows back and pause, belly in. And watch what I'm doing with my tailbone. I'm literally tucking it under, scooping it under. Then with that position, drop forward. Square your hips to the front, pull your elbows back. And then start to lift a little bit of a back bend. Make it comfy. So back bending is not for the lower back. Back bending is chest to become open, the upper back to get a little bit of back bend. We're trying to get rid of that slumpy posture that happens from just our seated position. And it's good to slump every now and again. You just don't want to find that's your habit. And you also don't want to find a place where you can't get out of it. Take an inhale, reach your arms up, circle them to the floor as you exhale. Back knee lift, step to the front of your mat, feet together as you exhale. Halfway lift, fold. Bend your knees a long way, place your hands on your thighs. Draw your chest away from your thighs. You're working your way back into your chair pose. So bend the knees a little bit, pull in the core, lift the rib cage, find anywhere that your arms want to go and start to sink. It's where you play with keeping weight balanced. Right to your big toe, little toe, and the center point of the heel. Inhale, go up, maybe go back on a big breath in. Find your chair pose as you exhale and do that a couple more times. So your breath, your speed, make it feel comfortable for your body. We've got one more, yeah? Big, beautiful breath in. Circle, swan dive, your hands fall to the floor as you exhale. Take a little halfway lift as you breathe in. This time your left leg will step back. You've got one beautiful lunge. So start to make the back leg strong. Exhale, go back. We have that crescent lunge. So squeeze your back leg, push through your front foot, lift your arms up as you breathe in. So strong, square. We're going to take the hands behind your back, yeah? So as you bring them behind your back, just start to feel that you've got even weight through the front foot and the back foot. You've got even weight across all of those toes, and then just journey through the spine. So tail tucks under, lower back not overarching, rib cage, bottom rib pulled in, top ribs open. Take a big deep exhale and deepen it. Strong movement. Then lift your arms as you inhale, open wide to your warrior. Just spend a moment to check. Front foot, front knee faces the front, back foot faces the side. As you exhale, you'll sink and get strong through both legs. Drop your back arm, lift that front arm. Take a big breath in. Wind your arms back into warrior as you exhale. Pause. Inhale. Bend the front knee a little more. Drop your back arm, lift that front arm. So you can do more, you can do less, you can go faster, you can go slower. And then as you exhale, you sink. And try one more. Take a big breath. Maybe you want to come to your side. Maybe you want to do one more back. It's your choice. If you come into that side warrior, front elbow rests on front thigh. Top arm reaches, bottom ribs spin around, and got lots of strength in your back leg, yeah? So from here, bend the front knee if you want to drop the arm lower. And then think about lengthening away from your back leg rather than folding and making a C shape. Go for length. So bottom rib pulls forward, bottom ribs pivot around to the front of your body. Take one more big breath in and let your hands come to the ground. Lift the back heel as you breathe in. Step back into your dog pose. High push-up, the floor, or low push-up. Squeezing your core and being strong, come forward. So pull yourself through. That's such a hard little game to play. Lift your belly and fold all the way back. This time it'll be your right leg. Lift it in there nice and high. Bend that right knee and open the hip as you exhale. Straighten the leg on the inhale. Step it through. You're going to drop that back knee. You're in a kneeling lunge. Lift your arms. So this time, once again, you'll take the hands behind your head. Yeah, so that's to allow you to squeeze the shoulder blades and open the chest and go on that little journey. Tailbone tucked under, back thigh bone presses forward. Back leg, butt muscle is on, belly is on. Then really lock through the spine and pull the elbows back, back, back. Maybe you create a little back bend from that position. Hopefully you're feeling really nice and warm by now. So push down to your both feet as much as you can. Get strong and grounded as you exhale, and then release. Breath in, and as you exhale, bring your hands to the ground. Lift up the back leg, step it to the front of the mat, hip width apart. So from here, just let yourself move a bit like a sway once again. Do you remember how you felt at the beginning? How are you starting to feel now? So we have a triangle and a balance coming up. So bend your knees, place your hands on your thighs, lead with your head and bring yourself to standing. I'm going to be facing sideways, so feel free to join me with triangle position. So you'll turn, I'm facing you, so you can use your right leg and you'll be doing the same as me. So take your right leg to the side end of your mat and take your left foot so that it's facing the side of your mat. Yes, so the front and the side, kind of making a box shape. From here, let your hips move comfortably, yeah, but try not to move them so much that this knee collapses in. So more important is the alignment of the foot and the knee. Let the hips kind of do their own thing. Lift up, reach your arms out. So triangle, strong inner thigh and hamstring stretch. And you see I'm reaching forward. Engage your core. That top waist is working strongly. The hand will either come to a book or a block or the inside of your leg, and the top arm, bring it up, and then just either look down,
Spin your eye gaze to look forward or turn up. Now, if turning up is an issue, sometimes we need to pull the shoulders away from the ears, and sometimes we need to squeeze the shoulder blades a little bit more, and see that gives you more freedom. Breathe. So just imagine a cartwheel right now, a beautiful cartwheel. So you're needing to bend the front knee, wouldn't you? So we're going to work into what's called half moon balance. And for that, you'll bend your front knee, take your front hand either onto the little toe side or in front. If you want to take your top hand on your hip, you can. Otherwise, keep it in the air. And with this minimal push off that back leg, lift it up. And we're trying to spin so the body is facing the front. So look down and just think about floor foot faces front. Floor muscles are on. Top leg, the toes are still in that triangle position. Squeeze out and push the legs away from each other. And as you push the legs away, you'll feel your core come on. Maybe open the arm and really feel that you're like the wheels of a bike, the spikes, or the spokes rather. So reach, 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 take a breath. Challenge your strength. Bend your standing leg. It's super hard to step back where you came from. So take your time, be strong, and think that front leg has to be strong as you step back. Well done. Pivot around. Let's do triangle on the other side. So last little bit before we go to the floor. So set your foot, squeeze the muscle, and with this knee, try not to let it buckle back, yeah? I can't buckle mine. I'm not too hypermobile in my knee, but my elbow does. And you can see how my elbow flops. So if you've got one of those knees that kind of dips in at the front, pull it out of that and squeeze and engage all the muscles around the front. Reach your arms again. Let your weight come forward, 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 as much as you want, as you can. Last minute, hand is down. What would you like to do with that top arm? So lengthen. Kind of imagine you've got a rod right through the center of your body, like it's going through the ribs, out through the neck, out through the head. And then how do you feel about rotating the head? Maybe you need to pull the shoulders away like you did on the other side and shoulder blades together. Maybe you look up, maybe you look down. And then just explore creating more length in your underneath waist. And that's such a challenge to kind of pull those ribs forward and really press that top thigh bone back without feeling any compression. Then think about that cartwheel, the balance, the half moon, trying to maintain the same alignment you've got now. So look down, bend your front knee, take your front hand either on the floor side, close to the foot, or away on your little toe side. So remember, you can lift the arms straight up with the leg, or you can have it on your hip, and then push out through your legs. Like, it's so challenging to get straight through your legs, like really hard. And I'm trying to squeeze my muscles, and I can still feel there's a bit more they could be doing. So play with your body, play with teaching yourself, learning how to get strong. Remember, you're your best teacher. No one can get you strong. It's something you have to go into your body to find. And that is a challenge right now as you try and step back. So bend that standing leg. See if the knee can stay in line with the toes. Quite often it buckles. And then take your hand away and just see, can you do a single leg squat? Just step back. Lovely. Spin yourself around. Walk your feet together. Notice your Tadasana that you've just started with and we've done a few times, and just see how good you feel. Do you feel a little bit more engaged for the upper back, a little bit more engaged for the belly, a whole lot more freedom in the body? Take an inhale, lift your arms up, fold all the way to the floor. And when you get there, walk your feet wide, turn your toes out, and see if you can do a baby squat. So you can rest your elbows on your thighs, or maybe you're quite comfortable with a deep squat. So deep squats, the important things is that there's no pain. But sometimes, if you're recovering from an ankle or a knee issue, a little bit of sensation is fine, as long as it doesn't hurt afterwards. Because sometimes if we never go back into that range of movement, we end up having lots of stiffness for a long period of time. And once you've lost that range, it's really hard to get back. So I'm just sitting in a little squat. You can see I'm pushing my knees wide. Maybe that works for you.
Maybe you want to have your hands on the ground and heels down. I mean, look, it took me years to get my heels on the ground. But importantly, you want to try and have the toes facing the same line as the knee. So you can have, some of you will find it a little bit easier with your feet closer, and some of you will find it a little bit easier wider. Take one more breath. Place your hands on the ground and sit. So a little bit of core work, yeah? So bring your knees into your chest with your toes touching the ground and see how that feels. Even that's a strong movement for your core. Or possibly bring your knees in the air and just feel the core working. Only doing the one, just the one. So let your arms go. See how that feels. Maybe bend your knees a little. Open the knees a little. Maybe straighten your legs for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then gently release. Good. One leg straight, one leg bent. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, fold forward. Breathe deeply here. Let the back relax. Let the hamstring relax. And start to let your body feel a little bit more settled. It should be warm. And then gently slide yourself to seated. That knee that's bent, pull it to the ceiling, cross it over your straight leg, hug it with your elbow or your hand, and then lift and twist toward that bent knee. So this is what we call a closed twist. So push out to your floor leg, lift up to the spine, take a breath, take a breath, take a breath. And gently come back through the middle. Untangle, repeat to the other side. So forward bend to start with. Square your hips off, pull yourself forward. And try and relax there. You want to just get length through the side of your body. It doesn't matter how far you go. Make it feel comfy for your body. And then very gently release the knee that's bent. Lift it, cross it over. Hug with your elbow or your hand. Lift as you breathe in. Take a beautiful twist. 3 nice deep breaths. So at the very beginning, we started with a butterfly and a back twist. I think we only did one hamstring release, but that's okay, because we can do that right now. And gently release. So we're going back to where we started from. So roll yourself back down. Let the knees go wide like a butterfly again. Place your hands on your belly and see, how is the breath? Close your eyes. Long, slow, deep breath. Does your body feel warmer? Is it easier to breathe slowly? And then gently draw the knees together. Hug them into your chest again. Does that feel different? Is it easier, more free for you? So I think we did one leg hamstring. I'm not sure if we did the other one. So if you feel unbalanced, just take that other leg behind onto your hamstring and bend and straighten it a few times. So we're coming into a hamstring stretch anyway. So any leg that you want, at some stage you'll hold it straight and hold onto the leg anywhere you want to. You can lift your body weight up. Not here for long. Just give yourself a good balance. Take a breath. The same leg you're holding, you're going to bend it, yeah? You're going to roll onto your extended floor leg and grab a hold of that top heel. Pull the heel behind you and straighten the front thigh away. If you feel a little unsteady, the bottom leg can bend. If you feel a little unsupported, you can bend your elbow. So this is a beautiful stretch for your quad muscle. So we focused on the hip flexor. Now take the sensation down to the middle of the thigh. You can push your foot into your hand. You can squeeze your glutes. Take a big breath in. And then very gently release that leg, roll back onto your back. Take the other leg in the air. Either bend and straighten it a few times or go straight into a static stretch if you feel that you've done that enough from before. At some stage, you'll just hold. And you just want to feel a little bit of tension
You don't want to go too far. There's no need to go too far. And then release. You're going to roll onto your straight leg side. Grab a hold of the foot, work it towards your back side. You can bend the bottom leg up. You can support your head. And then just feel that you're giving yourself a beautiful stretch in your quad. I'm just spinning around so I can see you. So you're trying to push the knee away, not letting it go too high. So you're always thinking about alignment. So that knee joint, it works best when you just close it like a hinge of a door. So try and pull the heel directly to the center of the backside, not too high or too low. And then very gently release. Let both knees come to one side, bending. Take a nice, big, beautiful twist. It's your last little movement before you rest into your Shavasana. So breathe in now, maybe press the knees down. We started with a twist. How does it feel? Twist at the beginning, only one twist in the middle of the class, or at the end it was, wasn't it? In our seated position, and now here again. Roll to the other side. And that's something to be aware of. Never note how you feel at the very end in a twist, because some days you just won't be as mobile because you haven't done as much twisting. So actually, the best time to notice your body moving and changing with yoga is at the very beginning. And then gently release yourself back onto your back. You're going to come into a little relaxation. So either back to what's called a sleeping butterfly with knees bent, extend your legs out if you're comfortable. Sometimes you're not comfortable because the back can bother you. So placing a pillow under the thighs can be useful. But over time, see if you can create a comfortable body lying flat. In reality, most of us should be able to find comfort here. Then close your eyes, and I will come back to you in a couple of minutes. So take a deep breath in. Relax your body as you exhale. Spend a moment to explore from tip of toes up to your legs. Notice if you can relax just a little bit more somewhere in your lower body. Deliberate relaxation is very different to sleep or laziness. So consciously feel your fingertips and travel your awareness up to your arms until you can really feel the whole arm, the whole of your arm. You feel the skin. You can feel the shape the arm's making. Feel the weight of the arm, and as you exhale, let the arms be heavier. Feel the trunk of your body. That's the middle part without your arms and your legs. Biggest muscles are your backside. And you relax your backside, relax your back. Really feel that you are quite comfortable. You can't fall. There's no need for muscle tightness. With the back of the head on the floor. Just feel the skin of the face falling backwards around your cheeks, down to your ears, letting gravity pull and tug at any of the tension, any of the worry, any of the stress you carry in your face. Finally, awareness back to your belly, which is where we started. Slow breath in, relaxed breath out. 3 more breaths, just like that. And at some stage, wiggle your toes and feet, roll to your side, or of course, stay there if you wish to. I hope you feel good. I hope your body's feeling really fresh, mobile, and strong and invigorated. My name is Claire. Thank you for having my class today. I look forward to seeing you again. Ask any questions that you'd like. And I finish just by acknowledging you, your effort, your energy, your presence, your commitment. Namaste.